Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. I'm really excited to come on and do some Etsy Q&A to help you out. If you are wondering, "Oh my gosh, what do I do for Black Friday?" I am 2 days out. We are going to talk about some tips for Black Friday, how to assist with that. I'm also going to be sharing we're going to go through your questions that you submitted on Facebook and on Instagram as well. So we'll go through your questions. If you would like anything reviewed in your shop or maybe listings or SEO audited, we'll take a look at those as well. So let's start with some of your questions over from Instagram. I'll pull this up here. Oh, look, I got logged out. Great timing. Let's go. Let's go through questions in Facebook. I'm going to share my screen. Yesterday, we just had a really great inner circle coaching call. This was with our elite inner circle group. They're doing, well over $50,000 a month. Some of them over $100,000 a month and beyond, and both a mix of digital, print on demand, handmade supplies, you name it. They're doing it. So that was great. We do have coaching calls 5 times a week, and then that was my monthly inner circle meeting. Next month, we're going to be doing planning and forecasting. If you do not have a sales plan for your business right now, and you're looking at, okay, what am I looking to hit in 2025? This is really the next, what is it? The next like 30 days here. This is when we need to be planning that. Awesome. Hey, Esther. Esther's amazing. She is brand new into our program. Danielle, welcome. Good to have you. And Annette. Go ahead and put any questions in the chat. For now, I'm going to pull up some questions on Facebook. Okay. So I did see someone asked yesterday, are sales generally slow this week? Definitely not. We definitely don't want to see slow sales this week. Really, Black Friday and cyber sales started last weekend or even earlier. So we do not want to be seeing slow sales. If you are seeing low traffic and hence low sales, I would take a look at your SEO and also your value proposition, right? Are you strong enough with your value proposition to get that click-through rate in search results? Your value proposition is that combination of your listing photo and your price point. If you are not the most competitive with that, you're not going to get the click. Hence, weeks go by of you not getting the click, you're going to start ranking lower and lower and lower. And your shop would have what's called a negative quality score. Okay, so we don't want to see that. We do have an awesome Black Friday deal, 50% off. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the link for that. We have been completely just, the calls have been insane in the last few days here. So I'm going to put Black Friday 50% off in the chat. Go ahead and use the chat to put any Etsy questions. Happy to help you during this time. Okay, so this is in the chat. It's also on the website if you'd like to access that. We have been pretty slammed with calls. So we do have some openings today. I know there's a couple openings this evening and potentially early afternoon here, like around 2 o'clock Pacific time. I believe there's an opening, and then 6 and 7 Pacific time. Okay. Awesome. Annette, great. Yeah, there's a few spots. There's a few spots on the calendar. Believe it would be evening or 2 p.m. Pacific time today. Cool. So go ahead and submit your Etsy questions. We're happy to help whatever you need help with. We have some really great podcast interviews happening too that are posted on the Facebook group. Jessica Marks, she was fantastic. She has tailored Premiere. She's a consultant, and we talked a lot about navigating economic downturns. This would be great. I will link that in the chat. Let's see here, copy link, there we go. Oh my goodness, that was quite the link there. Okay. Any questions at all? Interesting. So I just started, Abby says, I just started an Etsy print on demand store this week. Views vary largely, some at 40 plus views and others at 2, but no purchases. How can you improve it? Let's take a look. In the meantime, feel free to submit any questions in the chat. Okay. Interesting. Abby Johnson. Okay, so one thing, I would definitely have your name here. Definitely have your name here. I have no idea what you sell based on your banner. So in terms of branding, we want this to be really obvious, especially when you are a new shop or a new brand. We want to know what you want to be known for when we're looking at the top. I would also recommend a very different pricing strategy. And unless you have 100 sales in the shop, I would not be focused on holiday, because right now you have 14 listings and you only have 1, 2, 3 listings that will last more than 3 weeks. So every listing in the shop, will be outdated in honestly, about 3 weeks. So we want to only be adding in things that are more evergreen at this point, because otherwise you're trying to build up momentum on listings that have a definite end date behind them. So that is a big recommendation. Feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm going to be pulling shops open, listings open. I'm also going to show you the EtSEO tool, and I'll do some listings with that tool. So fully optimized listings. I was able to send over the listing optimization for that person who was watching our live last week. So we're happy to do that again. But yeah, I would say product mix definitely needs some work. Pricing strategies, SEO all needs to be updated. Mockups need to be changed out. The product mix, right? We need different listings with different purposes. 7 types of products framework. Loss leader is one of those. Loss leader strategy is not, by the way, loss leader strategy is not putting in a baby onesie in your variations to trick people into thinking this is $15. Okay, so we don't want to be doing that. A loss leader is an actual listing itself, and it's going to drive up her order number under her shop name. Okay, because we need priority when you are starting a new shop is to get this number up really high, really fast, as quickly as possible. Okay, so you need different strategies for different stages of the business. Right now, our priority is scaling this rapidly. Okay, Annette says, I love the EtSEO tool. Let's go ahead and fix one of these listings with the EtSEO tool. Okay. Let's take a look. Which one should we do? Okay, this is there's so many examples we could do here. Let's do a listing that will serve her for more than 3 weeks. The one that I think has the most potential. This one might have the most potential. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this listing for her. So what we're going to do it with the EtSEO tool. If you do not have the EtSEO tool, you have a $1 trial. I'll be pulling it up here. And the Black Friday 25% off listing bundles is here as well. So you can see at the very top, Okay, so it's EtSEO.com. And you can just click BF25 to get 25% off when you check out. Okay. So we are going to click create a new listing. And all you have to do is upload the image. I do think this one, while a little more spooky themed, I do think it could be evergreen for certain types of customers. So I would plan on leaving this one. Okay, so process the image. It said this is a personalized glass jar with a bamboo lid and straw. It features a cute ghost design with pink bows and a custom name. It could be used for drinks and marketed towards those looking for Halloween gifts, personalized gifts, or cute ghost themed items. Does this seem correct? Yes. What occasions would someone buy this for? It could actually be like birthday party favors. It could be birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, gift for daughter or friend. Okay, so we're going to submit that. It's going to ask any clarifying questions. Hope you can see. What age range is this desired for? I'm not the best. I have 2 boys, so this, let's say 8. I would not give my 7-year-old a glass cup. So let's say 8 to 25. Then submit. And then it says you can now proceed to generating the listing. So we're going to generate the titles first. And I'm going to go ahead and get a listing ready to actually create. Now let's just see a really clear before and after here. Okay, this is not optimized for mobile at all. This is a ton of text. No one's reading this on their phones. So we're going to go and we are going to, I'm going into my actual shop. If you did not see, we did have the shop reveal. So the actual shop, for anyone who is new and they're wondering, does this person actually have an Etsy shop? Okay. So we're going to click just create a new listing. And we are going to be using, I'm going to actually be using this for the listing. So personalized glass jar, ghost tumbler birthday gift for teen, girl bamboo, lid, tumbler, custom drink container, kawaii cup eco-friendly, or kawaii ghost cup, custom name, jar gift for daughter, eco-friendly drinkware, cute ghost bottle, glass bamboo lid, teen girl birthday present. So I think I'm going to stick with the one on the left. So title A, if I wanted title B, I just click that. We're going to proceed to generating the alt text, description, and tags. But first we can take the title and paste it in. Let me actually show you. Let me show you what the rest looks like. So the alt text, right? This goes on your photos. Now, certain photos do not need alt text. So for this listing, okay, these all would definitely need alt text. Now, they're missing many different types of listing photos to increase their conversion rate. That's a bit of an issue. So, for example, if they had like a size chart, I'm sure they have size charts in their other listings. So, let's say this one. Yeah, so like this, we don't need to do alt text on all of these. It's not really necessary. Okay, so we're going to add a listing. Just going to click the, okay. So now we are going to go into the EtSEO app. You can see it gave us our description, our tags, everything here. So we're going to take the title, we're going to copy it, we're going to paste it. We are going to copy our alt text, right? So when you upload a photo, you're going to take that, you're going to add the alt text to it. Okay. And then you're going to take your description, copy that, put that in, and then you're going to edit a couple places where you might want certain links or to add FAQ about this product itself. And then we're going to take our tags. This is my favorite part because it saves you so much time. And you're going to scroll down, just paste them all in, click add. There you go. Okay. So go ahead and you can get the dollar trial for EtSEO or the 25% off of the bundle. Let's continue answering your questions. I'm going to call that live YouTube. Okay. Let's continue to answer your questions. Let's see, here we go. This is great. I'm going to go, this is the background. Okay. Can print-on-demand products always be added to a digital shop, even though they may be an entirely different products, but are for the same customer? My product or my shop is no perfect parent. Let's take a look. It is on a case-by-case basis. This is one thing we do help people with. Okay. No perfect parent. Ireland, amazing. All right, so we have printables, we have shape cards. Yeah, you could absolutely do print on demand if it's for the same customer. I could see, probably just even rapidly 5 to 6 different print on demand areas you could get into. So yes, definitely a great opportunity to do print on demand for your shop. It should really increase your average order value and also increase the lifetime value of your customer too. Because I can see right now how you could easily be set up to serve them for 4 to 7 years, but your price points are just so low. You could get a lot more out of these customers. Cool. Should you have multiple loss leaders or just one? The thing is, if you bank on just one, that's pretty risky, I would say, Kyle. So I would not be doing that. We front load with that. So the 7 types of products framework that's in module 2, and we want to front load with loss leaders if you are in a position where you're trying to get traction. So it's covered. Let me pull this up for you. Okay, so these are like the steps and everything. So targeting profitable customers, right? And then building a product mix that is built to scale. Okay, both your order number and revenue at the same time. So this is 7 types of products framework. Definitely multiple, definitely. Okay, Esther is asking, I want to clear my personal to-do list so I can relax and sit down for the day to crack on. So I take it I don't start working on my shop, like your banner, etc., until you've completed the steps. So in the program, you will go step by step. You'll watch a lesson and you'll take the action. So for example, module 2, it looks like a lot of lessons, but they're not super long, right? And they are click by click. So which means like we show you how to do the things in them. So 3 hours, 13 minutes. What I would recommend doing is really watching module 2 and then implementing it. And in the workbook, we have worksheets for each of these sections. So the 7 types of products framework, we give you ideas for these, but we also give you a worksheet to fill out yourself to make sure you're hitting all of those angles. Okay. Brian, I've gotten a record 342 views of a new product upload in the past 4 days, but no sales. What are the first 3 things you should evaluate? So what we would typically do is have you send that over to us in our one-on-one coaching Brian. So I'm not sure if I'll show you what this looks like. So basically, what you would do is send over your, like you can send over stats for these things here, right in the chat. And this is all private. So this is private between you, myself, and 2 to 3 coaches who are assigned to your shop. Okay, so then we will dive in and we will either do like a written response or video responses. The video, I'll show you what a video looks like. This is what a video looks like, where we are actually going into your shop and your listings and showing you specifically what to fix. Um, okay, so it's very step by step. We're talking you through the exact changes to make on your specific listings. Okay, so you can just send us over all of your listings. If you have stats, we would like to look at them. We also, if you're wondering what stats to look at, let me show you that. Because the answer is going to be in the customer facing side of the listing and the back end. Okay. So module 6 is using data to make decisions. So for you, I mean, there's either going to be friction in the purchasing process or the types of customers who are finding it. It's not like I would say the relevancy is not quite there, which over time, if this product gets more and more views and still no sales, it will start to rank lower and lower and lower. So this is, I would say, Brian, a window of opportunity to convert these customers as quickly as possible. So feel free to send over if you have a listing link, happy to look at that. But module 6, how to analyze a low performing listing, identifying opportunities to increase the conversion rate. That would be great for you as well, because clearly we have a conversion rate issue on our hands. Okay. Why your listings aren't selling, right? And this is all data driven. So, objectively evaluating your shop based on data, and then the actions to take based on that. Okay, let's take a look here. Esther asked about the EtSEO bundle. Is there a time limit on it? No, you can use it whenever you want to use it. Go ahead and use it whenever you want to. They don't expire. Exactly. Let's take a look at some other questions here. If you have any questions, put them. How to increase Etsy t-shirt shop sales. I would love to see your shop. I would love to look at your designs, your mock-ups, your models that you're using. I hope you're not using AI mock-ups on model. Um, I'm also curious what the rest of your product mix looks like. Are you doing comfort colors, or are you doing a different brand of t-shirt? What's your pricing strategy? All of the above. Is this a tightly curated product mix, or is this a general shop? If you put your shop link in, we'd be happy to take a look. Are we reviewing other Etsy shops? Yes, I am. Absolutely. What if I can't afford to pay for an SEO website? You do not need a website. Etsy is probably one of the lowest cost places to start your business, fastest place to build a brand in 2024. Okay, so you don't need to be paying for an SEO website. You're a beginner. Jamie says, I'm a beginner and I haven't had any sales, SEO. This is interesting. I actually had a call with someone yesterday who joined our program, and she's like, what is the one thing I'm missing? I know there's got to be one thing I'm missing. And I hear that pretty much every day. I got to be missing one thing. What is the golden ticket to being successful here? And it's typically not one thing. It's really typically about 80 to 100 things that are not prioritized and that are not done correctly. So that is why we start with clear priorities for your shop when we go and we do your initial shop audit. Let's see. Ooh, wow, this is fascinating. Okay. I have a shop with 20% conversion rate most days, but I can't get more than 200 views a day. That's wild. Please. Oh, is that your shop? 1975 files? That's major, major problem. Let's take a look. Aren't you all curious? 20% conversion rate, but extremely low. Okay. This is I can already tell you part of the problem here. This is why I do not recommend flooding your shop with listings. We have 612 listings. Like your traffic uh, is must be just incredibly low on the majority of these. I'm wondering if those 200 views a day are on like very specific listings. Um, what are the sales happening on? It must only be. Let's take a look if we can tell. Okay, so cheer. Okay, so it looks like the sports are the ones that are doing well. Now, out of all of your listings, what percentage of these are sports related? And why? I guess I'm curious if your sales are pretty low, where you're getting 200 views a day, you're probably getting around, are you getting around 40 sales a day? Are these views or visits? Are you getting around 40 sales a day at $2? That's what, like $3? Maybe are you around $100 a day? Just looking at this. Are you around 3,000 a month? We're just doing an estimate here. Um, I would say a couple things we need to focus on, the more better new principles and clearing things in the shop that are not helping you. Because if you have certain listings that have a terrible conversion rate, it will hurt the ranking of your other listings. We also need to increase your value proposition in search results, which is your combination of your listing photo and your price point. Right now, that I would say that is actually struggling. There's also some great ways to increase your average order value here that we're simply not doing. So, uh, I'm curious what your average order. Oh wow, never more 5 or 6 sales a day, 20 euros a day. Wow. So you must be closer to, if you're getting 200 views, if you're only getting 5 or 6 sales a day and your conversion rate is 20%, you are probably around 25 to 30 visits per day out of 200 views, which means your view to visit ratio is really bad. So we want to make sure that out of those 200 views, at least 100 of those are turning into visits. Now, if 100 of those turn into visits and 20% convert, now we have, 20 sales a day, and that would 4x what you are doing right now. Okay, but that's still only 80 euros a day. That's really, really, really low. So I would say right now, your product mix, the way you're just been cranking out listings, we really need to revisit this. I think honestly, you would probably do more volume, have a higher conversion rate, higher traffic if you cut this down to about 400. So there might be a couple hundred listings in here to fix and to remove. And then the 7 types of products framework still applies to digital. So if you're selling PNGs, SVGs, Tumblr wraps, things like that, we still want to do the 7 types of products framework because that 20 euros a day, right? That should be one transaction. We want to see that AOV, average order value, really climb here because right now this is kind of your Achilles heel, your price points and the number of listings you have, which is causing a really low traffic. Um, and some people might think, how can more listings? Here, I'm covering my face here. um, okay, some people think, how can more listings decrease your traffic? Well, if you're cranking out listings, you have 612 listings and you're only, getting clicks on 10% of those, so maybe let's just say 60, right? Those other listings, right? The 540 listings roughly are hurting your shop. And now every time you have, I would say you're building the proportion of listings that are not selling because you put something new in there, it automatically ranks lower because Etsy sees your shop and they're seeing a negative quality score where only a couple of your products are selling. Um, so they're seeing really high listing count, super low revenue from your shop. You don't want to remove them. This is fascinating. Okay, she says, I don't want to remove them because most have 0 views. This means we either have a problem with design, SEO, or 3, your value proposition, which is the combination of your listing photo and your price point. I do think your value proposition is pretty low, especially compared to the competition. So there are ways to make this look like such a better value to the customer that will increase your click-through rate and spark curiosity. And if your conversion rate truly is 20%, then increasing your click-through rate that should translate into sales 1 out of every 5 times. So, anyways, it's a little bit of math, but really being a merchant, that's what my first boss when I worked at Zappos, uh, we called ourselves, "You're Dylan, you're a merchant." But being a merchant, right, there's an art and a science to it. We if you have numbers that you're not happy with, we absolutely need to focus on the science, right? And then reverse engineer the art side. Okay, but we got to start with the data first. Otherwise, we are just literally shooting in the dark. Okay. Okay. I hope this is helpful. Yeah, I think, there we also have no idea what you sell based on this. So we could definitely do a lot with your branding. The benefit to your Shopee lane is you have 4,800 sales. Looks like you have good reviews. Um, I would say though, the longer you go with these strategies, I do see we have major SEO problems too. But the longer you go with these strategies, you could see your traffic getting lower and lower, which, doing more of what's not working, it will not make it start working. So we want to change strategies so that we see a different result. Um, okay. All right. I have a coaching call this Friday too. If you're in the program and you're like, can you dive into my stats or my shop? We can do that on Friday too. Okay. Okay. So a lot happening here. So you are selling, okay, ready to ship. These are not patterns. We have a lot going on here. First of all, where are you located? Where are these shipping from? Arizona. Oh my goodness. See, we came to the shop. I felt like I have no idea where this is coming from. Is this a trustworthy shop? We have no sales, really no branding, no idea who I'm ordering from. Just a lot missing. And then the photos, right? It's not helping uh, the trustworthiness, right? So we also have no policies. So there's a lot missing. My question to you is, who is your customer and is this truly a profitable customer? Who you want to sell to? People who are buying a crocheted bunny keychain. Who is that customer? Do they have high disposable income? Are you helping them save time or make money? What is the problem we are solving? You can solve problems with crochet. You can help people save time, make money with crochet, with a crochet kind of themed shop. But I don't think you're getting in front of the right customers right now for that. And I'm a little bit concerned about product market fit uh, with what you currently have. So you're very talented, right? And this means like you have high skill level, and that's a higher barrier to entry. So we want to look at what is your skill that has a higher barrier to entry, which is crochet, and how can we leverage that? What products can we leverage your skill with? And it would not be these. It would not be these. Also, I mean, SEO, I think if you, no matter what you add to the shop, we would want to help you with your SEO for sure, and your branding and how we present our brand in an elevated way. So we don't want to picture things like it's, potentially something on Facebook Marketplace. Um, right? This is your sales page. I have no idea the size and scale of this, the thickness, the squishiness. Like this is, these are not high converting descriptions. So there's just a lot to be done here. Looks like you have an Instagram account. I think I got logged out of my Instagram this morning. Let's see. Oh, somehow I'm stayed in. Okay. Wow. We have 69,000 followers. This is something to leverage. I was wondering if she would have a decent following. Looks like we also have a YouTube channel to leverage. 100,000 subscribers. This is amazing. Now, I'm wondering if your followers are more of the DIY crocheter versus the person buying the end product. Your photos here look amazing compared to the photos in the shop. Okay, so there's a lot we can do here. Yes, if you have any questions, reach out to us. team@dylanjars.com, because you're sitting on like a platform right now of leads, basically. Okay, this is our email. Oh, it's the pattern creators. Okay, sorry. I was like, this is incredible. But we definitely, I would say, uh, if this is your shop, email us if you would like some guidance, just because right now you're not going to be getting in front of the right customers. Okay. Let's take a look at some other questions here. All right. What do we have? Okay, this is an interesting one. I have 72 listings, but I barely passed 15 visits each day. Is it normal? Um, this is interesting. Is it normal? Yes, that's very common for Etsy sellers to have super low traffic, but most Etsy sellers also aren't making money. So, yes, it's normal, but you could also say it's normal to not get sales on Etsy. So, I would say to get sales, we would need to change the visits. So, a good goal, let me see here. Okay. So, a good goal, you have 72 listings. We want to see 20 visits per listing per day. So we'd love to be seeing around 1,400 visits in a day. And I would double that for views. So around 2,800 views a day would be a great goal. So, yes, you basically need 70 times more visits. Okay. So let's do 70 times more visits, and then you'll be in better shape. Here's another one, Joyful Toys Handmade. Hang on a second. Oh, one of you took my 2 o'clock slot today. Tina, I'll see you at, 2 o'clock. TENA is your name. Okay. Joyful Toys Handmade. If you did want the 50% off Black Friday deal, I think there's still a couple spots left. Let me see here. It's just on the website. It's at the top. You can click the red button. Okay. Yeah, the 2 o'clock was taken and the 7 o'clock was just taken. So it looks like there's 2 spots open at 6 p.m. today. If you would like to get the 50% off, Black Friday opportunity. We also are open for calls tomorrow for the Black Friday opportunity. So we do have calls available tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Okay. So if you wanted access to that, let me just go ahead and put this in before we get into Mike's shop. Black Friday, 50% off, learn more. Okay. Okay. Mike's shop. Joyful Toys Handmade. Oh, here it is. We pulled it up here. All right. So what are you dealing with? Okay, it looks like we have an issue with sales and traffic. Photos, we have an issue with. Value proposition, we have an issue with. The quality looks amazing. The trust is missing. Price points, pricing strategy is also missing. We also need to change all of your SEO. So change SEO, pricing, branding, photos, product, and the quality looks great. I also built my shop around selling to babies, kids, and so this customer is definitely here. But we are missing so many key elements. So your traffic, I'm guessing, based on how your SEO is very low. Um, Interesting photography style, but we are missing the value proposition, which is the combination of your listing photo and your price. This combination of $75 with this photo, where'd we go? That's not going to get clicks. That will not get clicks. Same thing with this. This will not get clicks. Now, in store, in person, at a market, you might get sales on this. But what matters is winning in search results. And it's not having the cheapest price. That's not the key to winning in search. This is absolutely not the name of the game of just have the lowest price and that's how to win. It's a combination of photo and price point. So we need to add value to your listing photo. There's so many ways to do that. Um, I'm also seeing we are missing, yeah, we're missing a really good loss leader strategy. 7 types of products framework is really missing. I'm only really seeing 2 real types of products in here, and the 7 types is where we have different listings with different purposes. Okay. So a lot of opportunity. You seem very talented. And this type of quality heirloom level product does well on Etsy, but you're not marketing it to the right people. You're not getting in front of them. And the way we're positioning it in search is not going to get the clicks or conversions. So there's some definite changes to make. We'd start with SEO for sure, but also helping you identify who is this customer. Because without knowing your customer, you're not going to get the SEO right. So we start with the customer. Okay, we look at how can we serve them for 4 to 7 years? What are they coming to Etsy for? And what is the actual solution we're providing for these people, right? How are we actually serving them? Not just, let's just describe the product itself, because that is not going to get you conversions. Okay. Let's see here. We have another question. Here we go. Math by MJ. This is a great question. If you have a product that isn't selling, how long should you leave it up before deactivating it? Your shop is Math by MJ. Okay. Math by MJ. I'm always curious what we're going to walk into. Um, Here we go. Okay. Okay. So it's like when I see a shop, I immediately see, okay, these are 10 things we need to fix immediately. But let me make sure I'm listening to your question here. You're asking how long to leave a product up before deactivating it. your SEO is missing quite a bit. So at this point, I don't even think with how you're listing these, you're giving them a fair chance to sell. So SEO is definitely an update we'd recommend making. Also, your value proposition, combination of listing photo and price point. You have things at 93 cents. Like you really don't need to be at that price point, and you wouldn't need to be if you were changing your photo and changing the value proposition. So really, the value communicated through the photo. Okay, so these style of mock-ups, I would recommend changing, making some adjustments here. I don't think it's competitive enough, so, we would wanna help you with that. I actually just did a Canva workshop. This was when was this? This was Friday, and I'll show you what that looks like. But in the Canva workshop, I did, some adjustments for a student who was similar to what you have going on. Okay, so we did a Canva design lab. So this is what it looks like. And on that call, I actually went into Canva and pulled listings open, and I would say files open and started making changes. Let me show you what we did with one of these. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Okay, so this was one of them. This was one where it started out not great, like something like that, which kinda reminds me of the level that we're at right now with some of your listings. And we ended up doing something, let me show you the after, but I was actually going in and editing these for our students on the call and explaining why we were making these changes. So you can see we're adding value to the listing photo, really making it so that it would, stand out in search results. Because right now, these are not quite gonna pop compared to the competition. So your price points are super low as well. So like 56 cents, you're basically losing money on these. Um, yeah, if you need help, reach out. We have someone, she's actually on the YouTube channel, Ann Lease. She does digital products, and most of them are lower price point. And within 6 months, she got up to $25,000 a month. And she's up in Canada. You are in Canada as well. So Ann Lease, she's in our program, and yeah, she's very active. She has about 40,000 sales right now. But we'd be happy to show you the process. If you book a call, we can show you the process that we took her through so you can kind of see if that's realistic for you or not. It's not a get rich quick scheme at all, right? It's hard work, really hard work and consistency. Um, so I just want to really put that out there. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Okay. So yeah, basically, Emily, I don't think we've given anything in the shop a fair chance due to SEO, value proposition, and branding to know that it wouldn't sell on Etsy. Awesome. Oh, Jamie says, I spoke to Taylor recently. Awesome. Yeah, she's on my team. She's a fellow Minnesotan. She splits her time between Florida and Minnesota, but I work with her closely all day. I think she just sent me a couple messages in the last 20 minutes. So Taylor is awesome. Okay. Elaine said, "How much is the Black Friday offer?" So it's 50% off all of our different packages. So we actually create a custom package. So we show you what the custom package would look like based on how long you need coaching. We have weekly coaching calls. We have just monthly coaching calls. We have quarterly check-ins. We have options where it's like one-on-one message coaching, right? Where we're making you videos of your shop, showing you what to fix. We also have what else? Accountability calls. Some people really like having those. Some people need us to train their team. Some people just need a quick little kickstart. Other people, like I have someone who did 3 years of coaching. She'll be doing 3 years with us. So it just depends on what you need, but we take 50% off everything. But I do believe Today, we only have, let me see here. Oh, let me see. I think we have 2 spots today. We have 6 PM today available. Otherwise, we have openings tomorrow as well. So these are the only, times available today, though. Yeah, so between now and end of the day, 6 PM Pacific time would be, what would be needed. Okay. Let's see. I am just about to hop into I believe it's a marketing meeting. Yes. Performance update. I don't even know what it is, but jumping into that meeting. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us, reach out. But I hope this was helpful. And just final words of advice: if you are doing Black Friday, make sure that you are taking advantage of the opportunity of this traffic. So with your price points, right? If you have no traction, if you have no momentum, if you have no sales, we need to be pretty aggressive here, okay? And I do recommend driving some external traffic if you have not fixed your SEO, because otherwise you're really not going to benefit from the boost in traffic from Etsy. So you better be driving your external traffic if you're not getting traffic from Etsy. Otherwise, you're just going to miss it this year. So that's my advice. If you have any questions, just reach out to us. And looks like I'll be talking to 5 or 6 of you later today on calls. All right. Thanks, guys.